Hello and welcome to CineBolt. While the Netflix algorithm often pushes the same big hits, the platform is actually a treasure trove of overlooked science fiction gems. If you are willing to dig deeper, you will find thrilling dystopian futures and mind-bending space dramas hiding in plain sight. So without further ado, here are 15 underrated sci-fi movies on Netflix you need to watch. Number 15, Outside the Wire. It is a 2021 cyberpunk action thriller directed by Mikkel Hafström. The narrative centers on disgraced drone pilot Lieutenant Harp, who is sent into a deadly militarized zone where he must partner with Leo, an android officer, to locate a doomsday device. The film blends gritty war aesthetics with high-tech concepts, questioning the ethics of autonomous warfare. Although the story relies on familiar Training Day tropes, the visual effects and Anthony Mackie's commanding performance elevate the action. Overall, it is a solid pick for fans of high-octane military sci-fi. Number 14, The Wandering Earth. It is a 2019 sci-fi blockbuster directed by Frank Guo. The story revolves around humanity's attempt to save civilization from a dying sun by building massive thrusters to propel Earth to a new star system, only to face a gravitational crisis near Jupiter. It offers a breathtaking scale of destruction and emphasizes collective survival over individual heroism. However, the melodrama can be excessive, and the science is often questionable. Despite this, the sheer visual spectacle and unique premise make it a refreshing departure from Western disaster movies. Number 13, Project Power. It is a 2020 action thriller directed by Henry Jost and Ariel Schulman. The plot follows an ex-soldier, a cop, and a teen dealer in New Orleans who collide while hunting the source of a pill that grants users unpredictable superpowers for 5 minutes. The film delivers a gritty, street-level take on the superhero genre with visceral visual effects. Although the script follows a predictable police procedural formula, the dynamic action sequences and Jamie Foxx's charisma carry the film. Overall, it is an entertaining ride for fans of grounded superhero stories. Number 12, Code 8. It is a 2019 sci-fi crime drama directed by Jeff Chan. The story takes place in a world where powered people face discrimination and follows Connor Reed, an electrokinetic man who joins a criminal syndicate to pay for his mother's medical treatment. The film builds a believable, lived-in dystopian world on a modest budget, focusing on class struggle rather than saving the world. However, the pacing can feel sluggish in the second act. Despite this, its grounded approach creates a compelling, character-driven drama that outshines many big-budget counterparts. Number 11, The Midnight Sky. It is a 2020 post-apocalyptic drama directed by George Clooney. The narrative centers on a lonely scientist in the Arctic who races to stop a returning spaceship from landing on a devastated Earth, all while caring for a mysterious young girl. It features stunning cinematography and a somber, meditative atmosphere exploring themes of isolation and regret. Although the slow pacing and bleak tone may alienate viewers seeking fast action, the visual storytelling is profound. Overall, it is a visually magnificent, if melancholic, reflection on humanity's resilience. Number 10, Stowaway. It is a 2021 sci-fi thriller directed by Joe Penna. The plot revolves around a 3-person mission to Mars that is jeopardized when an accidental stowaway is discovered, causing a critical oxygen shortage that forces an impossible ethical choice. The film utilizes a claustrophobic setting to create intense psychological pressure without relying on villains or aliens. However, the methodical pacing lacks traditional thrills. Despite this, the film's scientific realism and the cast's nuanced performances make it a gripping moral dilemma in space. Number 9, The Cloverfield Paradox. It is a 2018 sci-fi horror film directed by Julius Ona. The story follows a team of astronauts testing a particle accelerator to solve an energy crisis, only to accidentally open a portal to a chaotic dimension and unleash horrors on their station. It blends space station isolation with cosmic horror, expanding the lore of the Cloverfield universe. Although the plot suffers from tonal inconsistencies and confusing logic, the suspenseful atmosphere and strong ensemble cast keep it engaging. Overall, it is a fun, chaotic watch for fans of dimension-hopping thrillers. Number 8, Extinction. It is a 2018 sci-fi thriller directed by Eric Heiserer. The narrative centers on Peter, a father plagued by prophetic nightmares of an invasion, who must protect his family when extraterrestrial forces actually attack, leading to a shocking revelation about their reality. The film cleverly subverts invasion tropes, exploring themes of identity and artificial intelligence. However, the initial pacing is slow, and the budget limitations show in some effects. Despite these flaws, the narrative twist recontextualizes the entire movie, making it a clever and underrated entry in the genre. Number 7. Spectral. It is a 2016 sci-fi action thriller directed by Nick Matthew. The narrative centers on DARPA scientist Dr. Mark Klein, played by James Badge Dale, who joins a special ops team in war-torn Moldova to combat mysterious, ghostly anomalies that kill instantly. The film blends gritty war aesthetics with high-tech weaponry, creating a unique atmosphere reminiscent of video games like Gears of War. While the character development is somewhat thin and the dialogue remains functional, the visual effects and inventive premise are top tier. Overall, it is a solid, action-packed popcorn flick for fans of military science fiction. Number 6. In the Shadow of the Moon. It is a 2019 sci-fi thriller directed by Jim Mickle. The story revolves around Philadelphia officer Thomas Lockhart, portrayed by Boyd Holbrook, who becomes obsessed with a serial killer who inexplicably resurfaces every 9 years to commit identical crimes. The film spans decades, effectively using period details to anchor its mind-bending time travel logic and themes of obsession. Although the plot becomes slightly convoluted in the final act, the genre-blending mystery remains engaging throughout. Overall, it is a fascinating watch for those who enjoy crime procedurals mixed with temporal paradoxes. Number 5. The Discovery. It is a 2017 sci-fi drama directed by Charlie McDowell. The plot follows Will Harbour, played by Jason Segel, as he confronts his father, played by Robert Redford, whose scientific proof of an afterlife has triggered a global wave of mass suicides. The film adopts a somber, melancholic tone to explore profound philosophical questions about mortality and regret. However, the slow pacing and heavy atmosphere might deter viewers seeking high-energy thrills. Despite this, it offers a cerebral, emotionally resonant experience. Overall, it is a thought-provoking piece for audiences who prefer existential questions over special effects. Number 4. Life. It is a 2017 sci-fi horror thriller directed by Daniel Espinosa. The narrative centers on an ISS crew, including Jake Gyllenhaal and Rebecca Ferguson, who discover a rapidly evolving life form from Mars that turns from a scientific breakthrough into a lethal predator. The movie excels in creating claustrophobic tension and delivering visceral zero-gravity horror sequences that pay homage to Alien. Although the plot treads very familiar ground without innovating the genre, the execution is slick and terrifying. Overall, it is a high-stakes survival thriller, perfect for fans of creature features and intense suspense. Number 3. Pandorum. It is a 2009 sci-fi horror film directed by Christian Alvart. The story revolves around two crew members, played by Ben Foster and Dennis Quaid, who wake up on a massive, abandoned generation ship with no memory, facing savage humanoid creatures and a psychological psychosis known as Pandorum. The film boasts a grimy, industrial aesthetic and a palpable sense of dread, enhanced by a twisty narrative. However, the frenetic editing and fight scenes can be disorienting. Despite its flaws, it has earned cult status. Overall, it is an underrated gem for lovers of dark, atmospheric space horror. Number 2. Oxygen. It is a 2021 sci-fi thriller directed by Alexandre Aja. The plot follows a woman with amnesia, played by Melanie Laurent, who wakes up inside a cryogenic pod with rapidly depleting oxygen and must rely on an AI named Milo to survive. The film is a masterclass in single-location tension, utilizing tight cinematography to induce claustrophobia while unraveling a complex identity mystery. Although the confined setting limits the scope of action, Laurent's commanding performance carries the film. Overall, it is a gripping, breathless experience recommended for fans of high-concept survival thrillers. Number 1. I Am Mother. It is a 2019 sci-fi thriller directed by Grant Sputore. The narrative centers on Daughter, a teenager raised in a post-apocalyptic bunker by a robot named Mother, whose world is upended when a wounded stranger arrives with contradicting truths about the outside world. The film features sleek production design and raises compelling ethical questions about artificial intelligence and parenting. However, the pacing drags slightly in the second act before the climax. Overall, with strong performances and intelligent writing, it is a standout entry for anyone seeking a smart, modern take on the robot apocalypse.